dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
Good evening, I'm Keaton Hall. It's no secret that these mountains have produced talented artists, musicians, and writers. Many of those people we recognize tonight at the Appalachian Arts and Entertainment Awards, or the Appies, in Prestonsburg. Tonight's ceremony will honor the brightest Appalachians of music, photography, writing, and even television. Those involved with organizing the event say not only does the Appies recognize the talent that comes from the area, but it also helps to paint a positive image of the Appalachian region.
I think it shows a positive light of our Appalachian region. A lot of times you just see negative news, but being able to see even the list of nominees, seeing friends and family that's on that list, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel like you're representing not only Kentucky, but Appalachian as a region to the world.
The Appalachian Arts and Entertainment Awards are happening right now at the Mountain Arts Center in Prestonsburg. We'll have a closer look tonight at 11. And speaking of talented Appalachians, today in Johnson County was the kickoff to a birthday celebration of a country music icon. WYMT's Jordan Mullins has more from Butcher Hollow in the Loretta Lynn home place, where officials, family members, and guests came to celebrate the legacy of Loretta Lynn.
The small community of Van Leer in Johnson County is home to one of country music's biggest stars. Loretta Lynn grew up on Butcher Hollow in Van Leer and told the world the stories of her upbringing through song.
She brought coal mining and the coal camp life and the struggles of Appalachia and also the riches of Appalachia to the forefront.
Now, all of Johnson County and her small hometown is celebrating the icon's legacy and her upcoming birthday.
She's the most awarded female artist, country music artist in the world. She's wonderful. She's our hometown girl, and we're so happy to be able to celebrate her.
Loretta Lynn will be 90 years old on Thursday, April 14th. To celebrate her life, legacy, and accomplishments, Johnson County Judge Executive Mark McKenzie has declared April 9th through April 14th Loretta Lynn Week.
It allows us to recognize a native of Van Leer in Johnson County who has had a very successful life and career.
And Loretta Lynn's granddaughter, Taylor Lynn, says the country music star could not be happier and loves the folks of her hometown.
When we told Meemaw about it, she was in tears. I mean, you know, this is her home place. I was leaving out. I live next door to her. And I was leaving out yesterday. She goes, okay, you going home? You going home? Tell everybody I love them and I miss them.
The county is also honoring Loretta's legacy with historical markers at her home in Butcher Hollow.
This is always going to be her home and her heart. And this means so much to our whole family.
And with plenty more celebrating to be done. In Johnson County, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
McKenzie and Parsons said this is the only kickoff celebration. Coal Miner's Daughter will be showing on Monday at the SIP Theater in Paintsville, along with an open mic night on Tuesday, showing If You're Still Woman Enough on Wednesday, and a final birthday celebration at the Country Music Highway Museum on Thursday. For the first time in 3 years, the Kentucky Wildcats held their spring game in Lexington. WYMT Sports Director John Lowe joins us from Kroger Field with more in our Big Blue coverage.
Well, it was a spring game in the figurative sense. It didn't really feel like spring, nor was it really a game, but Big Blue Nation learned plenty about their 2022 squad here at Kroger Field this afternoon. Cutting it through the cold, Kentucky fans got their first look at the 2022 Wildcats, and there was plenty to be excited about. Will Levis essentially picking up where he left off with 98 yards and 2 touchdowns, with Virginia Tech transfer Tavion Robinson and Frederick Douglass product Dane Key looking like good replacements at wide receiver for Wandale Robinson and Josh Ali. Coach Mark Stoops said this slightly new look offense is trending in the right direction.
You know, when it's all said and done, we're very excited about where we're going. You know, we had, again, we were relatively basic today, but there's quite a bit of carryover. You could see some nuances. You probably aren't used to seeing a fullback back there sometimes. So, you know, that's a little different, but really you're just moving the tight end around, you know, when you're playing with 12 personnel and how you move them, what you do with them and create different looks. But there's a lot we could do that way. But you know, we're excited about where we're heading with the offense.
All right, I'll have more details and highlights of the spring game coming up a little bit later on in sports. But for now, in Lexington, John Lowe, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, like John mentioned, it might be spring across the mountains, but Old Man Winter just does not want to give it up across the area. Let's take a look at that camera over at UVA-Wise. Current temperature just above freezing at 34 degrees. Still looking at that mostly cloudy sky across the area as well. Temperatures across the board in the upper 30s and lower 40s. 41 for London, 45 in Somerset, 39 in Prestonsburg, and 38 over in Pikeville. So temperatures are chilly this evening, and it's going to get even colder throughout the rest of tonight. Here is a look at satellite and radar, and those showers we had today are on the way out, and we are going to dry out and clear out as we go through the rest of the overnight, and that is going to set the stage for a very cold night ahead. Most of the area included in this freeze warning through tonight and into Sunday morning. If you are in one of those purple counties, you are included in that freeze warning. I got that full forecast and what you can expect for Sunday and some warmer weather ahead just in a little bit. Keaton.
Thank you, Cameron. Looking forward to that warmer weather. The annual Redbud Ride took place today in London. WYMT's Chaz Jenkins was there bright and early to catch the event.
Hopping on their bikes, getting up before the sun rises.
We welcome cyclists from all over America to London, Kentucky, people that are riding routes, everything from 30 plus miles over 100 miles, and it's an event that brings people together.
Some participants joining in for the first time.
So I had originally done the Licking Valley Century, and that's in Alexandria, Kentucky. I'm from northern Kentucky, so it's a little bit closer to home. Rode with some people there, and they spoke really highly of the Redbud.
Seeing more than 930 riders pre-register for the event.
We see people from all over the country come to London, Kentucky for this event. We've already talked to people from Michigan, Texas, Illinois, North Carolina, Florida. They're here today just for the Redbud Ride.
Happy with the experience. Looking forward to what is next.
Everybody's super friendly. They had some nice warm pancakes in there for us. Everybody seems in high spirits, and really excited to get out and see more of the countryside.
Bracing the cold weather and early hours for a unique challenge.
Doing what normal people don't want to do as far as getting out there and challenging yourself, and just achieving what most people think isn't possible, I guess.
Starting in Laurel County, spanning through the south central region.
Multiple routes go through Jackson County and parts of Rockcastle County. It's going to be a little bit chilly, but it's still going to be a beautiful ride. The redbuds are still blooming and starting to bloom, so should be a good experience for them.
Pedal to the metal, rain or shine or snow. In London, Chaz Jenkins, WYMT Mountain News.
Carmack says the event is also the first stop for the Kentucky Cycling Challenge. A new bill will lower the age that bar and restaurant employees can serve alcohol. Many are hoping this makes it easier on the service industry, which has struggled through the pandemic. House Bill 252 would lower the age for workers serving alcohol to 18. Restaurant owners say the potential expansion of the workforce will give them more staffing options and more seats filled in return. There was a large fire in Rowan County around 2:30 a.m. on Saturday morning at the J.W. Woods Sawmill in Moorhead. Every Rowan County Fire Department responded to the fire at the sawmill on Flemingsburg Road. Additionally, they also received assistance from various other departments, including City Public Works and Rowan EMS. Crews spent over 8 hours putting out the fire. Firefighters remained on the scene for several more hours after. No fatalities or injuries were reported. A woman nearly witnessed her vacation home in Sevier County burn down from where she was in Florida. Tammy Hager was kept up all night by her phone, alerting her that there was movement outside of her home. Her home security system captured the moment when the Hatcher Mountain fire made it to her front door. Hager said she watched in real time as her neighbor's cabin burnt to the ground.
It was a very, very ferocious fire. The winds were blowing, the trees were bending, and you could see the fire coming towards the house. And I thought for sure that any minute with the embers blowing up on the deck, it was going to go up in flames.
Thankfully for Hager, the flames only left behind burn marks to trees and grass just feet from her cabin. Hager said she's thankful that her home was spared, but she knows some of her neighbors were not so lucky. Volunteers were back in full force today to celebrate Reforest the Bluegrass in Lexington. Folks gathered at Blue Woods Park to plant trees. A little bit of snow couldn't stop the over 300 people signed up for the Reforest the Bluegrass event from coming out. In just a couple hours, an entire section of Blue Woods Park went from open field to being filled with new trees as people were eager to get their hands in the dirt.
So many benefits for our community, especially in an urban area where we have a lot of runoff because we've got streets and roads and houses. Trees absorb a lot of that excess stormwater, which helps protect our local creeks.
Post said they had 17 different species of trees, and their plan is to plant over 6,000 trees in the Blue Woods Park. Coming up at 6, April is Child Abuse Prevention Month. One Lexington nonprofit is raising awareness.
A few rain or snow showers are possible into the evening. I'll have the latest timing coming up.